folks, I'm so sorry you haven't heard from me in a while, but I've been busy doing this. I wanted to apologize for not being able to do any more Guitar of the Week videos over summer. I've been busy playing a lot of shows. I've been on the road, on tour a lot, and that also means that quite a lot of the equipment that I use for filming and recording is on tour. So it's gonna take me some time to get back into Guitar of the Week recordings. There's one video that I started filming before I left, and I actually just have to finish editing this. So this will come in the next 2 weeks, and then hopefully from there, when fall enters, I will be doing more Guitar of the Week videos again. But as I've shown you, I've been really busy. I've been on tour, and I actually got to play a lot of shows again with a band called the No Angels, and they're our most successful female pop group. They're kind of like the German version of the Spice Girls, and it started in June with 2 days of rehearsals, and we actually haven't played a show in 2 years. So it meant preparing a lot before the first rehearsals, and then we had 2 full days of rehearsals, and then actually played our first show with them at the legendary Donauinselfest in Vienna, Austria, which is really special. And being on a special historic stage like that, playing in front of over 80,000 people, and then also having that show being broadcasted live on Austrian TV, that's the kind of adrenaline that I love when performing. Here's some stuff for you to check out. We did have a great first show. It was a lot of fun. And here you can actually see a little bit of what it looks from my perspective. And also what the area looks like right before we start going on stage to set up our equipment. Another really special show that we played with the No Angels was in Bremerhaven, which is all the way up north in Germany. And the stage was set up right at the shore, and it was so beautiful because there are ships and ships were coming into the haven, and we were looking onto the shore. So that was a really beautiful setting. We played one show where I had a German TV documentary film coming along with me, filming and just documenting a bit of being backstage, being on stage before the show, and that was really great.
Heute treten die No Angels auf. Sie haben Gitarristin Yasi Hofer für alle Live-Konzerte.
Insgesamt 4 Gitarren dabei, habe aber für die Show immer nur 2 auf der Bühne. Und zum Glück einen Backliner dabei, wir tauschen dann so ein bisschen die Gitarren durch.
Als diese deutsche Girl Group im Jahr 2000 berühmt wird, bewundert die damals 8-jährige Yasi die gecasteten Popstars im Fernsehen. Fröhliche No Angels, 1400 glückliche Zuschauer und eine ebensolche Gitarristin.
Ich liebe es. Es macht von Minute 1 bis zum Schluss. Es macht so viel Spaß.
Sein Spaßfaktor steigt bei ihrem Solo.
The TV team also joined me on the next day, where I actually played a really special show with my trio, and it's our special fan show that we do every year. And a big shout out to Yogi, Jürgen Meyer, my super fan, who's been organizing this event for over 10 years. And for that show, we have fans coming from all over Germany, actually not just Germany, but other countries as well. And I'm really grateful that people take that amount of travel to be a part of our special fan show, our special fan get-together. And that was a really great concert. It was one of my highlights this year. And it was nice that the TV team was there with us, following along. And you can also see, for example, the amazing and delicious vegan food that Yogi is cooking for me and the band, and the team was there. So that was really cool.
Ich glaube nicht, dass ich irgendein Restaurant kenne, wo es so gut schmeckt wie bei Yogi. Und dann kommt ja auch noch dazu, wie das aussieht. Guckt euch das mal an. Also es ist ja so, man sieht, dass es mit Liebe gekocht ist. Und was ich bei Yogi auch toll finde, dass er eigentlich es schafft, so schön zu zeigen, wie vielfältig und bunt und kreativ eine vegane Küche aussieht.
If you wonder, I actually cut my finger one day before I had 3 shows coming up.
Ich nehme keine scharfen Messer zu Hause in der Küche und ich passe mit allem auf, aber ich war so unvorsichtig, dass ich gestern durch den Garten bin und wollte so ein bisschen Unkraut rausrupfen und habe mich an einem Grashalm richtig krass geschnitten. Hatte ich noch nie für einen Auftritt und ich bin noch auch so hin und her mit Pflaster spielen oder nachher einfach drauf ankommen lassen. Also wenn heute Abend Blut fließt, es war der Cut.
So that was a bit of a drama for me because I had to figure out what is going to be the best way to still perform. People not hearing and me not being in too much pain, and I didn't want to have blood all over the stage from that cut right there where I'm hitting the strings. So that was a bit of a drama for me, and that was good for TV. Another highlight was a festival I got to play with my trio called the Woodstock Forever, and it's this big love and peace hippie festival, and we got to play on one of the two main stages at the main time.
Doing sound check and having a really beautiful view right there.
It was nice to talk to fans before the concert, and then we had a really great show. There were thousands of people in front of our stage cheering us on, really celebrating our music, and it was a lot of fun to play. Check it out. And just amazing, and yeah, this is also one of the biggest highlights that I got to play this year.
Around home, so you better get rolling on, roll on, yeah, roll on, yeah. Rolling on, not home. Please go rolling on, roll on, yeah, roll on, yeah.
Ja, das mit dem Applaus brauche ich ja nicht zu sagen. Yasi Hofer, ein Gitarrengewitter. Die volle Dröhnung an der sechsseitigen.
Many shows were played, big stages, a lot of big stages, a lot of big audiences, and it's been a lot of fun. And now it is actually time to go back inside, hit the clubs, play a lot more shows with my trio. We'll be back in the smaller clubs, we'll be back inside. And also there's going to be a music video and a new song that I will release really soon. I'll be back to filming Guitar of the Week, and I have some other video content that I'm planning on releasing and I want to present to you. And then there's going to be getting back into the studio and start writing for a new album. Thank you so much for being around. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this with your friends and family. And I will see you again soon. Again, apologizing for not being there the last few months, but it's difficult to be a touring musician, be a musician that does a solo career, but also is a side person for other big acts. So I'm doing my best to keeping all this together and keeping everyone happy, as well as keeping myself happy. And keeping myself happy also meant that I needed to take a bit of a time off after coming back from the road and those many shows. And I actually got surprised to go to a soccer game. Yes, I'm a big fan of female soccer, and I got surprised to go to a game where my two favorite German teams were playing against each other, and that was like Christmas for me, as you can see. And yeah, I'm a big fan of that, so I'm glad I got to enjoy this. If you're in Germany, also feel free to check out my tour dates. I have quite a lot of shows coming up until the end of the year with my trio and my music. See you out there, or see you here next time for another video.